Like water, my friends, the current. You can't predict it, you can't say it, but we have to say things, right? And if you notice, I do say a lot here. We've got a lot of saying. And so, but this video is just to let people know that this is April 24th. I'll probably put this on my Facebook on the 25th. I'm putting these videos up because it's, to me, it just makes more sense to let's just get more like visibly available and hear ourselves speak. That's Gemini. And we've had Uranus in Taurus for the past 7 years. And I'm just realizing as a communicator how subdued the energy of genius and freedom, that's Uranus. Uranus is Aquarius. Aquarius is very high-minded, like 35 years ahead. And it really does see in such a way because it has solved humanitarian problems. And see, a lot of people may have been questioning a lot. See, if you can figure in the past 7 years, we went through the C-19 announcement thing. You always get the flu, that's man-made. Anyway, so that was something to really experience the effect of the Taurus. Taurus is very subdued. It would rather not talk. It's feminine side, so it is. It's more quiet. And people, well, a lot of times, I mean, I can't hardly handle the Taurus because of how boring they are. But they're very hard workers, very solid, very quality oriented, and they work really hard and they build up the cha-ching. It actually rules our monies and stuff. And so you realize that there's something with the Uranus that was like trying to like comb through our money system, and it did it, and put masks on people who chose to still work at the damn mess hall over there, governed by the, let's open the Epistien file. This 3,000-year-old family said it over there, because you're being farmed. Yeah, this whole place, because they've taken a lot of your intellectual property away, which is just the feet on the ground and how to use the dirt. But I'm not saying we go into caveman mode. No, we're talking about now we are to elevate ourselves into technology that we could all agree that it can work for us, including, can we turn the EMF waves off, please, and at least turn it on to the musical sound geometrically that heals us and grows plants bigger and all that? No? Oh, why not? Well, because you're being kept in an imprisonment. They have taken the computer, which the word computer is actually comput. It can be. It doesn't need to be pute. Comput. See, com means communications, and then puts it there, and it's quantum, and it's a technological base that, no, we're trying to advance, babes. That's why you should not worry about your monetary capability coming through the speed of light, because you're participating in it anyway. And in fact, your cash money, the dirty stuff, it smells like all the drugs in the world and somebody's ass and all that, that is the same. But no, see, something went wrong. And it's 3,000 years ago there's a problem. See, now I'm talking intergalactically. Hi, people. Some people know who I am on this mountain. Not very old, but they're old. And they knew my grandma, and they knew who she was. And you know, you want to talk about aliens, let's talk more about extraterrestrials, and that's what we are. There's white, yellow, black, blue, brown, and red extraterrestrials. We're stationed in different parts of the world. We have intellectual property. Our entire DNA and the way we operate carries information pertaining to specific things here on Earth. I don't want to get into it now, but it has very much to do with just, it's important that you know this, though. And so when I said that, I want to tell you about this now, is because right now we have this full cup of Taurus. It is the last degree of Taurus, and Uranus is still there, and it's like the fullest cup of Taurus that it's like I get the vision of just holding this cup that don't spill it, because that's the way Taurus is kind of like, nope, it's fixed. And it's like, no, stay still, stay stable, stabilize. They are the sheep in the stable. I mean, and all this time where they had, see, Taurus just went through Uranus being on their sun. And so it was a big uprooting with their identity. That's the sun is your identity. And so, but it's still like if it's your moon, it's your domestic and emotional life and your mom and issues with everyday kind of associations. So I know somebody who's been going through this. And now we have the Geminis that are going to go through a complete, like, let's jigger this around, change it, reface it, uh, for the better. For the better. It's always changed for like, whoa, man, and now I'm sitting here like this. See, but in the past 7 years, with Uranus and Taurus, it's weird, because Uranus rules Aquarius, and then there's Taurus. See, those two signs square, and it's awkward. It's like, oh my God, Uranus had to sit down, and like Taurus is sitting on it. And can't really and probably encase it. And now it's like, where's the genius of our minds and our ability to communicate it? Because Uranus uh, rules the higher mind. It's the higher octave of Mercury, which rules our communications, our minds. See, we have our minds, which is Mercury, and you can find out what people like to talk about by just looking at their Uranus their Mercury, and then seeing what aspect, what house. It's very intricate astrology. You can see everything. I don't want to do astrology for people. I kind of will, but it's $100 for a reading, and I'll make sure I study. I do the meditative style astrology, which I know the academic pretty good, but then I can get into flow. It takes about 20 minutes, and when I'm looking at your chart, and I try to be as honest as possible, because I see some pretty gnarly shit, and that's the most difficult part. A lot of people won't do it because they already know they are gnarly shit, and they don't need to be told what they already know. See, but the thing is I've done predictive astrology, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, and I know, see, like stuff like, oh, when is your lover going to come back, or something like that. So anyway, some people have used me over the internet for years and years. I never charged them, and it's like, nope, I got to start doing monetary. I did really well with some counseling with some people who randomly I think that they needed to hear. I don't know. At the same time, I think people are vamping my energy, but that's okay. But give me money, please. Thank you. So getting back to this fact of being subdued, of our higher mind, and the ability to communicate the higher mind into our lower mind, because the higher mind is represented by the Uranus. That is, see, I have Uranus conjunct Mercury. I have it on top of each other. So that's how I know, well, it's the aspect of the astrologer. And a lot of people don't know, well, where do you get your information? How? Well, it's connected to the plasmatic field. This Uranus rules Aquarius, that Aquarius rules this energy, that it rules electricity, but not that kind of electricity either. It rules the lightning, the stuff that Tesla knows. He's like, what is this? It's a plasmatic field, but he doesn't really know as much as I know, though. I know more than Tesla right now. He was working the ionosphere in such a way that, that's why we have this. We have the iPhone. See, the ion. There's a lot of ion going on in our language, but I don't want to get into that. But it's indicating our intrinsic part, how they're very scientific. The I, lowercase, on, at the end of a lot of words. You have Sean with the T and the S, and then, or just ION. Anyway, just, it means your eye is on, babes. Yeah, that's simple. See, and they stole your ion and your attic, which is when they go like this, they're talking about your goods. When in a house, see, A for attic, frame. This hole right here where they go like this, that's this valuable part which holds ancient wisdom. You can tap it when you meditate. It's like your home, in your attic. What is in there? It's all the intellectual property of your grandma and your ancestry, and it's actually really good stuff, kids. Now this realm is kind of getting rid of the handiwork that we all kind of used to know how to do, but now it's just like factory, and they use kids to make it in Vietnam and ship it over here. Let's look at the epistien files. Did you want to make everything miserable and lower and low quality and now we're recycling cars and you have to work for $60,000 for a car, but can we just slow down a bit? I'm trying to show you something about our monetary and how that if you if you break through the other side and look how ridiculous it is and say, get your whistle, psst, time's out. It's been a while through my life and I don't see this panning out at all. I've been in debt for a while and I keep running. I think we need to get off this wheel and figure out what's the deal. Yeah. And when I start rhyming, here's what happened. They removed Dr. Seuss's material because intergalactically they have to kind of show the progress being made, and what they needed to do is remove some really good material of somebody's that was written in all lowercase space waste. They had to show the upper everybody that because they kind of lie, they don't really have access to our communication. It's an experiment. We should be sovereign and figuring things out on our own. And there's plenty of stuff to help us do that. If it's not just you and I trying to fucking relay generational value to each other. Really the real way you learn is you look at each other in the eye and you stay in the community of each other. You don't have a squawk box up there. If you do, then make it of something that all of you have. You're just like, yeah, we know. But really, you already have it. This is all predetermined here. The sun comes up, goes down, the moon, blah, blah. Fucking the astrology? You wouldn't believe it. It's a boring place. I know for a fact. That's why I know how I can say I'm clairvoyant. Is that you can see way ahead. If you really want to experience it, learn what I'm trying to show you with the upper spectrum math that's available in the English alphabet. And I'm going to keep on for the rest of my life. Oh, it's going to, see now with Uranus going into Gemini, pardon my rooster, it's going to open up now. We're going to be able to communicate everything that we couldn't communicate in the last 7 years. No, in the last 7 years, we had enough. You didn't notice it? Now look what's in the word mask. A child can do this. Do it in your head. Come on, babies. Use your imagination. Play this game. Have fun. Really work your imagination. Why do you think that the interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space put the word ask in the word mask? Well, I would love to tell you the story, but I want a little bit of support here when I'm going through 3D wise with, well, having to figure out what to do with my home. I need to make it money for me, but I want it to work something very uniquely that sets an example. I am very negotiable right now is for people to understand, and I would rather them be more aligned to me and my psychological state about the fact that it's pretty overwhelming for me. So I would rather it be somebody who can end up being a good friend. But see, that's the wrong way to say it. There's two types of people here, you guys. One is achieved as a good friend, human. They are enlightened. Eye on. Or like, a lot of people's eye could be on, but they haven't got informed about anything. They don't really have a dancing spectrum of perception through people around them who has informed them. Like my grandma would know about it, but she didn't talk about it that much. But she was into cosmic things, right? She was a Sagittarius, so I don't know. I haven't met an unenlightened Sagittarius ever in my life. Anyway, ask. That's something the sheep could play with. They're like, well, how could you ask? I mean, I remember when we were standing in line, for me, and everybody wanted to speak. And so what happened, you're standing in line, what I mean is standing in line, only time you saw each other was at the marketplace. And so, no, I needed to breathe. I took that thing off it was that year I had a toothache, and every time I put the mask on, I noticed how exacerbated and horrible my fucking toothache was going. Take it off, it got oxygen, and now I was able to not have that toothache so bad. So I was like, fuck this. That's actually bad for you to keep wearing a mask. It's torture. They're torturing people. People are fucked up anyway, right? And look at them, man. Now they're trying to beat us down. They're trying to beat the poor down. There's two classes here. There's no middle class anymore. It's the rich and the poor. Now, think about it. Where did you suddenly find yourself? I mean, you've always been there. Everybody's grandiose about their money chase. You don't know that you need to have time enough to stand still. You relax enough, and they don't let you relax to figure out what you really want to do here. I mean, come on, study astrology, see the possibility. Oh God. So anyway, I'm like way ahead about some things, and some of us are going to be in place, like just in place of what's trying to be global now as far as leaders and stuff. Pardon me. It's up to us to figure out and then start a trend and communicate. It's not really like there's a leader there. It's Aquariusness. It's just automatically you just know what to do. Believe it or not. Like when you're at a party, like when you go to a restaurant, imagine just saying, okay, thank you, and then do you need help with the trash? All right, let's go over here. Everybody's doing everything. Did you know that the education system is going to change to where by the age 14, all people, even women, if they choose so, to do so, if they have an inclination for it, they'll know how to drive a tractor, repair it, and it won't be that things cost money to use. You just go and get it. But everybody has an understanding of how to live here. We are perhaps doing food, but babes, when you're elevating in consciousness, you're not driving those big tractors anymore, right? You have a fucking hover machine that's picking your freaking strawberries, man. You know, and we don't even when you elevate, you don't even eat anymore. You're picking strawberries for the elephants on this plane. They like strawberries. Oh, what are we doing? We are doing 3D printers that uses the granite. I live on a ruin site right now. If you want me to take you to where they keep covering up what would be proof that this place, this massive granite mountain you live on in the San Jacintos, it's not a geological formation. Nope. No. It used to be a huge technological city-sized castle where extraterrestrial life, humans that were advanced, flew their spaceships. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's in Pine Cove. It's called Pine Cove Park. See, they have to quarantine these by intergalactic rule. They have to quarantine off these sites as national parks. And what they really are, though, is you'll find they have to expose one little piece of evidence that says this is your intellectual property that was in the background. And see, once you see this thing that I know that's at the, they keep covering it up and it keeps bleeding through. I saw it when there was none of it. See, they keep covering it up. Now they have this like simulation rock spackle that they put on it. Before it was paint. It keeps bleeding through and rejecting the paint and everything. It's now currently rejecting that rock that they tried to spray onto it. See, if you were to look at it with your own eyes, which I did without the covering, and what the symbol is that it's a dot of the I, and then there's a U. See, the U, the shape of the U is actually in Sanskrit of India, it's time. So it's like you were born here, and then you die here. And then there's that symbol. I already did it. And is it right here? Yeah. This is what I'm describing. Do you see that symbol? And so the story of this here Om, see, this is the universe. Don't mind that it looks like a woman's ass or your lips. And so there you are, I. There's a you, but that's time. See, you're witnessing that. That's your eye witnessing this. Your life. And then see, eventually it goes away. Boom, it goes away. And then you fall onto the path. The path is here. And then you go, and now you're in the universe. That's the universe, see. Now, that's Om. Home. You don't have to die to experience this. See, that witness right there is watching its life. It says I don't die, but I'm here in this body. Bodhisattva, Christ, bingo. So that symbol of the time and you in it is up there at the Pine Cove Park, and they keep covering it up. And it's made in such a way that if you look at it with your very own eyes, and you have the kind of mind like my mind, like with the Uranus-Mercury conjunction, how do you like it? Can you pay me a little bit? I'm a kind of entertainer that you'll never find it anywhere else, right? No, sorry, Hollywood has nothing for you. This is what we're supposed to be using now, babes. So it's just a different kind of, what kind of channel is this, you think? See, I become a channel. I really did. They have put all of the words in front of you. You don't know what capitalism is. Not yet. See, you didn't know what a watch was. When they started calling it a watch, it wasn't watching you yet. You just didn't know, and now it is. But see, there's a way that epistien file, that's they manipulate the mind they kind of steal your destiny by mentioning things first. Yeah, they steal your kiss by showing it on Disneyland first. They steal, your narcissist does this. It's weird. They'll say things like, say like this, say that you mention you want to go buy the red car over there. And so what they do is they say, you know what, I'm going to buy a red car. And for some reason it messes with your mind, because you want to kind of correct them and go, wait a minute, I'm going to buy the red car. What they do is they're fucking stealing from you. They want to be you, and they're not there, and they go, I'm you now. And it's like a weird conversation. But in a weird way, it's called destiny swap or transfer. Like, they steal your life. They say, no, that's me doing that. It's dangerous. Actually, it is. It really is. So, hey, how are you doing? I'm putting this on my Facebook page now. This is just who I am. See, when Uranus goes into Gemini, we're just going to bust out and start talking, man. Freedom of speech is finally going to get going by way of, see, the Gemini knows how to figure out problems, and it's like so commonsensical. It can be, if you want to figure out a problem. And see, along with the Aries planets that we just experienced with the Aries moon, it's going to enable the child's mind to just start fucking with whatever it is that seems to be making excuses that for not doing essential work, really, and finding what's the real thing going on. You know, like we already know that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words could never hurt me. It's what people do to other people when they hear those words that hurts. Stuff like that. And aside from Barbie doll here, not looking too hot, whatever, having said that to you, did you know you can click it on YouTube, you can find old shamanic Indians telling you the most beautiful stuff about what's really going on with words. See, I'm just so excited about, see, I'm supposed to do a TED Talk, and I can see how that I can do it. I can see that I'm ready, but not with this fucking Uranus and Taurus. See, we're almost waiting for the Earth to crack open and make itself known that you better pay attention to me, the Earth. See, if you haven't had your feet on the ground, which is your intellectual property, boots on the ground, but no, we're feet on the ground. That's who we are. See, there's boots on the ground over there, but we're the feet on the ground. See, we deserve the Earth here. No, that thing over there, what are you saying, that thing and this thing? Babes, epistien file, there's a non-human occupation. Do you know about the shape-shifting reptilians? Come on. This is the way it's going to be. I mean, and we're going to experience a lot more people just snapping mentally because they can't handle the information that pops out that has been actually pent up. And so we're looking at the era, next 7 years, of experiencing people not being able to handle the spaghetti head kind of thing. Just the fact of, see, this is where meditation was necessary. That's what Uranus and Taurus was trying to teach us. It was trying to go, slow down and stop and meditate, find out essential work. Gardening, and people did, right? Over the last 7 years, we got really kind of quiet and just garden and be very microclimatic and really in your own meditation. Really, it's so important. Meditation is the only luxury. Yeah, it's the last luxury because it's a love affair with all of existence. Yeah. Yeah, and when you meditate, you don't think. You set the thinking mind aside, and now you're receiving. You become a channel. It takes time, kids, and you should be around meditators. The West is so controlled, and it's a base grinding up the woman's material, which is babies, at the military over there. Not good. Nobody should be that violent and stupid. But anyway, yeah, I live on Tollgate. The vibe of this area is that people come, they sit down, they rest, pick up, and then they leave. Because it was quite the trek when they used horses up here in 1905. They were doing logging, and they removed all the huge old growth, and they used to run the logs through Tollgate here. The original road was that, and it went along the grotto, and then and my grandma always used to show it to me. We've been here since the 30s. Just to stand up for myself and say, no, these people want me deleted, and they did things that was defamation of my character, and I don't talk about that much. It's going slow, but I have already made progress energetically. I know that there's a glitch, and so now that I'm touching the judicial system, I was warning you all, back away from the world, kids. It's about to fucking just be destroyed. As it's not me, it's not just me. I'm not an isolated incident. I am humanity, and I'm kind of like the leader, just doing things ahead. I kind of chomp at the bit, and I'm like, because I'm an Aries. A lot of people, when they hear that, they say, "You're the leader." No, there's people that do things first, and no, I didn't just say I leave you in the dust. How fucking stupid! I reach back and say, "Hey, come on, let's go." But wait a minute, and see, if I get dragged back too much, it's kind of a bummer. It's like, well, on, you see. No, it's right there in your language. See, it's an interfacing system sent from benevolence, the white extraterrestrial. They do the intellectual property of the air. The air. See, the fair are doing intellectual property of the air. Yeah, you have hair because it's very connected to this plasmatic field. Yes, and it's not empty space. It's pure energy, apparently. It's like a little bit of energy. You can just explode it into, Tesla knows. But it's a plasmatic field, and your mind isn't hooked up to it. Your heart is. Hi, Aquarius. They're doing Valentine's Day because it's about the heart chakra, and it's very scientific. And so that is hooked up electrically to the outer space realm. Outer space, the final frontier, just beyond the nose, KNOW. Remove the mind. Get into it. It's just now. Now. Just beyond the nose. Take the hand away. Get up. Watch the coffee table. Spin around. Whoa! Did you make it? That's where I am. You don't see me on the screen here. That's not me. No, I know where I am. This is the movement, fake folks. Fake folks. You're on a phony. It's used for one thing only, enlightenment. To bring you into outer space, reality now. You can choreograph something amazing like $333 trillion. $333 trillion. I said, don't holla, but $333 trillion. You want clean water and good education, and you want the real thing. And see, the human being, the eye open, is going to say, no, we do it like this, and we do it like that, and it's just simple, we've already done it before, and let's rebuild our mountain of technological base that runs with water, and now we're doing spaceships, and because we made it doing human, I mean, gosh, don't you think that this is an advancement instead of letting epistien sink us down